Welcome back to We Are Nacogdoches. It's the show where we get to talk to people about the things that make Nacogdoches special. I'm Kelly Augustine. I work at the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce. Very excited today to have Matthew Smilor as our guest. Matt is the director of the Arnold Center for Entrepreneurship at SFA. And Matt, I know you have a lot of experience with business startup and successful business management resources that are available. But today we're going to talk about something really fun, and that's taking a hobby to the business level, to a career level, to making money off of something you really love to do. Where would you like to start with this?
Well, first, Kelly, thanks so much for having me here today. I think it's amazing. I think Nacogdoches is amazing. It was one of the things that drew me down here is the potential and the opportunity for entrepreneurial success here in Nacogdoches. I often tell people Nacogdoches is the oldest city in Texas, 250 plus years old, settled by pioneers, trailblazers, mavericks, in essence, entrepreneurs. So we're the first entrepreneurial city in all of Texas. I think that's pretty cool. And I think the entrepreneurial spirit's alive and well here in Nacogdoches. And it comes from everybody. It does not just the corporations, the companies, the big names we've heard of. It's your small business owners. It's your mom and pops. It's your hobbyists. Those that have been tinkering in their garage for years on end or have been told, oh, we really like your product. Would you sell it to us? And we get questions all the time at the Arnold Center and our small business resource of, well, what's next? How do I do that? I'm not happy with what I'm doing at my job or whatever that may be. I really like my hobby. This is my passion. How can I turn that into something meaningful and make that my career? And so my role, as well as the others that I work with, is to support those entrepreneurs, to help them find their entrepreneurial dreams and discover their vision and what they may be, and then provide the resources to help develop that for them.
Well, that's very interesting. And, I've heard even some friends of mine that have expressed interest in doing that. Are there tips that you give when these folks show up at your door looking for instruction? I mean, it has to be kind of a leap of faith to go out on that ledge.
Absolutely. Being an entrepreneur, a small business owner, is all about risk and leap of faith. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But we have that faith, we have that promise, we have that ability that there's probably something better out there. I can do that. Some tips to kind of people to help with, that what we often see is there actually a market for this? A lot of times people think that their business, their idea, their hobby, everybody wants to buy it. Of course it's wonderful. They have friends and family that are lining up to it. Well, that's what friends and family do. They support friends and family. But outside of that, is there actually a market for it? Does somebody want your baked good, your craft, your coin collection, whatever your hobby may be, your train collection? If so, how can we capitalize on that? As soon as someone starts paying you for your hobby, it's no longer a hobby. It's actually a business. And then you have to start thinking of, do you want to go into business for that? And understand the different pitfalls, hurdles, traps that may come along with that you may not have anticipated along those lines. Usually the progression that goes with kind of a hobbyist or someone that has that little kind of side hustle and wants to make it more mainstream kind of starts with, I've been doing this for a while. Maybe it started when they were a child and it was drawing or photography or working with grandma or mom in the kitchen and baking something, or maybe it's a skill they learned at a employer that they had that they found there's a better way to do this. They start testing it out with their friends and family. Am I doing this correctly? Would you guys buy this? Is it something you're interested in? If the resounding answer is yes, we like that, besides just, though, of course we'll buy this because we're mom and dad, can you take it to a farmer's market? Nacogdoches, as we all know, has a fantastic farmer's market where it's an opportunity to showcase many of these hobbies that people have and get to a broader market. From there, can you take it to other events, festivals? Online aspects like Etsy have made it incredibly easy to see if there is actually a market out there for it. Maybe there is, and you start investing more into better products, better machinery, better services. You start growing your brand. You get a following outside of your kind of closed circle. Then you kind of look at, well, can I open a storefront? Is there a need for this? Lots of times we find with hobbies, especially with the digital age, you don't need to have a brick and mortar. It's incredibly expensive to have a storefront with all the overhead and everything like that. Can you get by without? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. These are all kind of the progress, and progression that entrepreneurs, hobbyists need to think about when they're kind of growing their and scaling their business. It's key to remember and important. Rome wasn't built in a day, nor will a business. It takes time. And it's slow going. It's stressful. It's hard. Some days there's awful, terrible, no good, horrible days where nothing seems to be going right. Other days there's highs, and this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I can't wait to do it again. Oh man, did we just make this? And everything in between, and be able to ride those out while still keeping that zeal that you had for that hobby, that passion is key if you're thinking about turning that hobby into a business.
Well, you've touched on so many things there. I love the story you
Mhm.
told, kind of the first steps, the way you travel through different phases
Mhm.
of a business, doing the test runs and the market research. What about those areas that come with running a business that isn't part of the love
Mm.
of the service or the product
Right.
that you're providing? How do you point people to different areas
Mhm.
where they can find help in those
Right.
places for those things?
Absolutely. The hobby is the fun part. Ah, I get to make this crap, or I get to bake this, or I get to play with this, or I get to meet
Mhm.
these people. That's the fun part.
Mhm.
But what about the bookkeeping, the invoicing, the marketing, the sales, the legal aspects, the taxation, the incorporation? All of those aspects are just as important as the actual hobby itself. Yet they're often overlooked, or they're incredibly hard. You've Googled it, you go, oh, what kind of company should I be? What are my next steps? And you're still left wondering, I don't know if I made the right decision. Well, luckily, at the Arnold Center for Entrepreneurship and our Small Business Resource Hub, we provide those services and offer that out to the community, regardless of affiliation of SFA. You don't need to be a student or an alumni or a parent of a student. Anybody in our community that has a hobby, has a small business, that's needing additional resources, help, guidance with marketing, business plan, taxation, whatever it may be, we're here to help them. Because we firmly believe that if we help everybody in the community, everyone in the community will be better off.
That's an amazing
Mhm.
philosophy. We are so fortunate to have you working there. I know there's several in your department.
Mhm.
It's through the College of Business, but what a great resource to have here in Nacogdoches. Um, what are some of the success stories you've seen happen? I know I've
Right.
heard you speak on this in the past, and I was really impressed
Mhm.
with how folks of all ages
Mhm.
have found successful ways to do what they love.
Absolutely. We often think entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs have to be in medical or technology or some, software, when in fact most entrepreneurs have the less sexy, kind of hobbies or careers or opportunities. And some of the most successful ones I've worked with or know have gone into that. They've used what they love, their hobbies. For example, one set of students that I worked with a while ago loved working out. They were passionate about that and taking supplements to, help them get stronger, faster, better. I don't know all the ins and outs of the supplemental business, but what they found was it's incredibly burdensome. Big old bottles, hard to understand which ones to take, when to take them. They thought there had to be a simpler way. On a selfish level, they wanted to be able to take their vitamins and supplements easier. They also liked gummy bears. They thought, I don't like taking pills. What if we put all these supplements in gummies and deliver those on a regular basis to people all over the country so that they knew every day they have XYZ vitamins to take and they taste just like gummy bears or your fruit snacks or anything along those lines. Pretty ingenious from a 21, 22-year-old, kids who just exited their business for multi-millions of dollars not too long ago. Or you have people that get into the unsexy business, landscaping. Whoa, we all have yards, landscaping. We get angry and mad at the weeds we see. Oh, I should put something else down. Or, oh, it's too hot to be mowing our
Mhm.
grass. There's opportunity there. One of the most successful business people I know has turned those opportunities into 3 different ventures around landscaping nationwide. Keeps buying and selling them, and keeps finally currently launching a business where he goes completely carbon neutral with landscaping, reducing the amount of pollution, reducing the amount of noise. We all hate waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning to the landscapers outside mowing the grass or blowing leaves or that. Well, what if that was a little bit quieter? He believes there's a market and niche, for that. So the idea is to find something you're passionate about, that you have an idea of, I'm better than a lot of people at this, whatever that may be, and then try to figure out, do other people want this? Do other people have this same problem that I can solve with my hobby? That I really enjoy. They're missing out on this type of cookie or this quilt or this. It gets cold sometimes. I need a fleece jacket. I can make that for you. Or woodworking, or well, I need a new charcuterie board. Well, how do I solve that problem? Well, there's somebody out there that's an expert in it that's looking to do that. So we have those success stories. But the important thing is not everybody's a success, and that's okay. We have to redefine what success actually is. Is it being, highly successful, being very profitable? Is it being able to supplement your income that you already have so that you can go on that yearly vacation with your family? Is success being able to stop working to go to your kids' sporting event or theater or spend time with them or having a lunch date with your partner or spouse? Is that success? I would argue all of those are success in one way or the other. So we have to get out of the mindset when we are taking a hobby into a business of what do we want it to be? How successful is it, and what is that success? We can help with that. And to each person, it's different.
Well, what I've just heard is there's a lot of options, variations of success and what will enhance someone's life, as they go forward. And especially here in Nacogdoches, there's probably a lot of opportunity we have. So how would someone find you, find your department or your resources that want more?
Absolutely. No one wants to do this alone. And we want to be able to help people. We want to help them discover their vision and then develop that vision into their business, their idea, their next great thing. They can find us at sfasu.edu/ACE. And we're happy to connect them with our Small Business Resource Hub Director, Larry Kane, or myself. They don't need to come to campus for our resources. We'll come to them. We'll meet with them over at Java Jack's or University Coffee or for lunch somewhere or happy hour. The important thing is reach out for help and assistance. You don't have to do this by yourself. And here at ACE and at SFA, we want to be that partner with you.
Well, thank you, Matt, for being here with us today and for everything you're doing at the ACE.
Thank you, Kelly.
And thank you for joining us today on We Are Nacogdoches. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
This program is brought to you by the Department of Mass Communication at Stephen F. Austin State University, in association with the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce, and with special thanks to the City of Nacogdoches.